I was a Green Beret. I'm still a Green Beret, and I actually managed a dog or ran a dog overseas. I did 4 trips with my dog to Iraq. You know, like my dog was my service dog. I didn't know he was my service dog, and I didn't even know what a service dog was. So I'm Doc T, and this is Tragan. And we run a home-based rescue where we rescue high-drive working dogs and we turn them into service dogs for veterans. So we actually had been rescuing dogs for years. We were just doing it out of, we just wanted to do it because we would find these dogs in need. Malinois and Shepherds are super hard dogs to handle, so people would get these dogs. They'd give them up and they'd abuse them, or it would be neglected, or whatever the case may be. And so then we would swoop in just as people, and we'd rescue them, we'd rehab them, we'd fix them. We'd do everything we could to get them like super healthy and happy. And we just give them to our friends. Like we had a group of friends that were like, yeah, we're looking for a dog. If you find one, let us know. Yeah. And then we kind of looked at it and we decided, we just said, hey man, we're spending a lot of money on this. Like we have personally invested, $20,000, $30,000 in this. And so we were like, well, if we start a nonprofit and we do this the right way, then we can enlist other people to help us, not just monetarily. We can enlist other people to help us with finding dogs and training dogs and totally making this like a family ordeal. Because for us, the nonprofit is family. I was one of the first 12 Special Forces dog handlers. We didn't know what we didn't know. We kind of ran with what we could figure out, and we were able to take these dogs and turn them into super successful, like a job. We gave them this job that would save people's lives and find bombs and find the bad guys. And, it just became an awesome opportunity to take a brand new tool and turn that into something that we could save American lives with.
I am Melissa Hall. I am Travis's wife, but I am also the social worker for our nonprofit. So before we started it, my background is I have a master's in social work and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I've worked in the mental health field. Travis came to me about starting a nonprofit and turning it into service dogs, and of course my social worker brain goes, ADA, we got to be compliant, and so I kind of joined forces with him to help him with the paperwork side of it and helping our veterans get the resources that they need.
I'm 100% into these dogs because I know not only in my service what the dogs did for me, but post-service. Like my dog was my service dog. I didn't know he was my service dog, and I didn't even know what a service dog was. Bear was an amazing dog. He saved my life. He is the only reason I've started this nonprofit.
Bear helped him be successful daily. And I think that was one of his things with losing some of his friends overseas. And it was like, what is my purpose? And I think he found purpose in giving what worked for him back to other veterans. The day Travis saved Bear, we got a call to come help with his dog because Bear was refusing to work for anyone. He was refusing to eat. He would attack anyone who came near the kennel. The other handlers were trying to just let him out to go to the bathroom, and he was refusing. And so whenever Travis showed up, he would get super excited. He'd come out, and so Travis would have to bathe him, sit with him, let him eat. And then as soon as Travis left again, it was the same thing. So they had called him and asked him to come in again, and we thought it was just another, we need to help him, get him cleaned up, let him have a chance out of that kennel. And the guy looked at Travis and was like, he is costing me money. Like, he's taking up a slot, he's refusing to work, like, just take him home, fill out the paperwork, and handed the leash to us, and we weren't expecting it at all. So Travis leashed him up, and Bear was like excited. He's looking back like, I don't think we're supposed to be doing this. But Travis put him in the car, and the whole time we were driving, he kept looking back, but he was wagging his he had a little nub tail, and he was just wagging his tail, and I mean, he just came home and instantly became a part of the family. And my husband was still deploying, so he became my responsibility when he was gone. And at first I was a little nervous because here's this dog that has literally killed somebody, and now he's in my home. But he turned into the biggest baby. He loved to cuddle, and he was a really great protector. I really took advantage of taking him out for runs with me because people gave me a really wide berth with him. So he kept me active, and we kind of moped together when Travis was gone during his deployments. But he was amazing. And when my husband came back, it kind of he just automatically transitioned right to Travis and keeping him active.
These dogs are amazing at what they do overseas, but they're also amazing at what they do in the United States for our guys. The amount of trust that someone has with this breed after they deployed with it, and this dog has saved their life, and this dog has been there 100% of the time to make them able to come home. You can't replace that. You know what I mean? I can't assign, you know, a guy from your platoon or a guy from your squad to be with you 24/7. You know, we all lead our lives, but I can find this dog and then put this dog in your hands, and it becomes your teammate or your best friend and your battle buddy, you know, kind of thing. So really there's like two reasons. One, we're seeing so many of them getting thrown to the wayside, and two, because our guys just have utmost trust in them.
One success story that I heard was actually from a wife of a veteran that she shared to me before they got their service dog. I say they because I feel like the service dog's part of the family. Their marriage was on the rocks. I'll just be honest. He was drinking heavily. He was having difficulties regulating his mood, so he'd have some anger outbursts. And she knew that there was more there, and she was feeling helpless in the situation, watching the man she loves just kind of fall apart and not be able to do anything. And so he got some other help as well, and we paired him with a service dog. And she says that this dog is like the glue that glued them right back together. It completely helped him regulate his mood. He'll take a break, take a walk with the dog, come back. She says their marriage is better than it was when they first got married. And she attributes that to the dog being such a big part in helping him with his emotions, and he doesn't drink anymore. We had one that had a hard time flying. That was his only hiccup, is the anxiety around flying, and he would drive 3 or 4 days to get to a place for a work meeting because he avoided the airports at all costs, and it got to the point where it was causing so much problems with his work, and he needed to get on a flight. And so we ended up getting him a dog, and the dog helped him every time. And he said it was the most relaxing thing having this dog next to him, because he felt like if he had his back to someone, he was okay because he had him looking out for him. And he now flies and does well and keeps his job and is super happy and successful.
When I left the Army and decided to do this, we did this with these breeds, and this breed specifically, the Malinois specifically, and the Shepherd specifically, because my guys have such a deep-rooted trust in what this dog has done for them.
My goal as the mental health provider for Second Chance K9 is to help acquire some more grants so that we can get this going a little further. We have a long wait list of veterans that qualify, and we'd love to get them a dog sooner than later. And also gives us a chance to rescue more of these dogs. We get calls all the time for dogs, and we don't have a place for them because we're at max capacity. And the other part would be to get more resources available to our veterans and just give a chance to educate them of other options, because I don't believe a service dog is a fix-all. I think it's a combination, and though I think it's a huge benefit, there's also some other resources that I'd like to pair them up with to help them be even more successful.
If you want a dog from us, we're very small, so we have a long waiting list. Because we're so small, right now we can only work with a few people, so we've chosen to kind of stick to that special operations community until we can grow. You know, we have aspirations of helping police officers, of helping EMS personnel, but we need that property. So if you feel like you qualify for a dog, or if you want to ask us about a dog, shoot us an email off the website. secondchancek9.com is definitely the way to start it. You know, that's the greatest place to start. If you don't want a service dog, but you want to adopt a rad dog, we also have an adoption program. You know, so what we do is we take these dogs that don't meet the standard to become a service dog, we train them up really like perfect to be a pet, you know, and then we give them a second chance or a lease on life as maybe a pet and not a service dog. So yeah, just hit us up on secondchancecanine.com. Ask us your questions, listen to our story, read our story, become a part of that story. You know, we have the YouTube channel, we have Patreon, we have all these methods of communication, and we just want you to reach out to us so that we can make you a part of this family. Because to us, it's more than just a nonprofit, it's an extended family.
Focal 1, reading 99. Type 2 control by Misty 31, 133 NA, 25 feet, vehicles in the open.